remote?
Fat
It's
sorry.
real problem.
This is a fun part. What if you go and pretend to be my husband?
Some more.
No, I was again overwhelmed.
Assalamualaikum.
Say it right, say it right.
Moet ek nou vanaf sê nie, so kan jy van my sê nie op poes en wil jy nou van my. Ek moet nou innervis imagine. Yara.
This is the bitch they're accused of being robbed.
Hi, Kaap.
Contestant number 9, live in the flesh.
The one and only
Larissa
Gordon.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Bring her on as a guest because you all really like the guest moments. But also,
That's true.
she didn't get her moment in this episode, shame.
Yara na sê tot op my naam, man.
They skipped you, girl.
Yo, that's rude. Panalita V2 kom. Pascal's very good. I must say that. That I'm gonna give him.
They know how to put a story together.
Yes. Alles baie goed.
Back with our regularly scheduled programming. We're gonna try our best to summarize episode 5, which is the Miss Sovereign episode. Of Miss. Wait. So the episode title is She's Beauty, She's Grace. Okay?
Hulle praat van jou nie meer.
I deserve that. But Larissa Gordon was also a contestant on the Miss Sovereign Pageant, which is the main feature of this episode. So she also makes an appearance in a more unconventional way, as we will speak about later. But she's going to join me to review this pageant
I'm
episode.
very happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, because she was actually the one who reminded me. We're shooting today, right? Larissa will phone me every Monday to tell me to shoot. So she's actually low-key like my manager when it comes to...
procrastinate. And I literally call him and then a scowl, and he knows he must speak up.
Now I'm a week behind. Technically I am a week behind, but I will try my best to catch up in due time. No promises.
Nee.
Started just unusual disclaimers. We will refer to everyone by he, her pronouns. Because that's just how we talk to one another. So it's a respectful way to just respect everyone.
First, you know, we all human beings. And when I say something, I actually mean it. Mean it in a sense where that's my opinion. It doesn't mean that I hate that person or anything like that. Even if I clear, because ek is hier vir time.
Okay. This is all a space for love and support. We are not here to shine anyone negatively. Again, the opinions expressed are purely because of what we see on the TV show, even though we know everyone personally.
And
yeah,
also, this
it's
was
just
shot
fun to watch.
Okay.
We're not Skanabeka. Let's say that. How do we know each other?
Okay, so we know Wade and I walked a very long road together. It started where we both were doing or participating in competitive ballroom and Latin American dancing. We started dancing with the Queens by in Paris.
Who did you dance with?
I danced with Angel Alamo.
Oh, yes.
I danced with Angel twice, and then I also danced with Camille Van Zush. Oh, my Anna Vrienden.
Also former winner of Miss K Western Cape.
Yeah.
Also known as Miss 2015.
2015, right. I was there.
Larissa and I know each other for quite some time. I know Larissa before Larissa was born.
True, that's true. Oh my god.
So we know each other. You know what I mean? I think it wasn't until the pageant that we really started becoming closer and becoming friends. We've literally been with each other.
But I think we've had a good relationship even when you were staying with Maxine.
Yeah.
I think there we used to, every weekend we used to be together, and we used to go Patsy together. The two of us.
Patsy?
Oh my! You know,
we both respect this pageant a lot. You know what I mean? How many times have you done Miss Sovereign?
This is my first time.
Your first time?
My first time.
Gaggy!
And can I just say, yeah, class of 23, you guys were fucking amazing. Brah, julle was die kalf. Dat ek sê, was die kalf.
All to do this is like we did it last week. I don't really have a draft of a script. I just made some points earlier. But to be discussing the episode in terms of what happens, and then we will also break down and analyze scene by scene if there are things that we can elaborate or discuss. First up, we open up and we were with Maxine and Chanel at the photo shoot with Lex, no? Alex. But isn't his name like Lex Jagger or something like that?
Lex Jagger,
on Facebook. I remember him from the scene there. mad days. You know what I mean? Maxine is doing a photo shoot, and Maxine likes this. She's truly the girl that wants to hop out from one jaw to another gig, and
she
do a photo
will.
shoot. And she will do it. She'll be late, but she'll do it. See Maxine.
But give a kitty.
We see Maxine in her element, yeah.
In her forte.
She loves makeup and photo shoots and hair and posing and stuff. I mean, what she says about her garments also is that she would refurbish them, yeah. So she will have a costume, she will do a shoot in it, and she performs in it for a while, and she puts it away.
She literally does that.
And she does. She's got a lot of old shit. Maxine's given me some of her older drag stuff as well. Maxine have a lot of drag.
Oh, amazing.
A lot of drag.
You just walk in there and then there's just shit
boxes
everywhere. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Eendag gaan sit jy nog daar en dan doorry hulle en dan kry jy nou net
English.
Oh yeah. Then you just sorry man.
Because David Tim is watching. Say hello to David.
Hi David.
So I know they're not going to understand.
Oh shit.
A single word.
I'll be more mindful. Baby to me.
Stop that shit!
Yeah, then she'll randomly just unbox something here and then all the wigs comes out of all the costumes or shoes. I
think she's just a drag warder.
No, really.
She's talking to Chanel about the ball. And maybe that Terry, who was the one that was chopping everyone, wasn't necessarily briefed correctly on what to judge or what to expect. You feel like the ball's result was fair?
But I mean, the result was a result because you saw all sickering, you know. There was going to have to be a winner.
A winner, yeah.
It was just that it happened to be you and Madison, you know.
Some of the comments on last week's episode with myself and Madison, there was a comment that said, it was never rigged, you two killed it, they're just hating because they lost. A few comments that kind of supports the idea that this clearly wasn't a rigged. Like, there's no way.
I don't think it was a rigged at all.
Even here, someone says, I don't think it's rigged. Imogen doesn't like losing, even when I modeled with her.
That too, though. She doesn't.
Imogen has always been competitive.
Wow.
Have you competed with Imogen before?
I haven't, no. She doesn't want to. She told me one day, ik ga niet naar jou verloren nie. Trust you are. Ik ben zo klaar aan. Wat een fantasy.
Afrikaans.
When she told me that, I was like...
But yeah, that concludes the scene with Maxine. And we move on to Manila's house where she's rehearsing for her performance at Sovereign. If you have ever been to Manila's place, that is literally like the little stoop on her little, in her studio, in her workroom. You never see Manila in her house. You always see her in her workspace. She's always there at the back. So that's like a little stoop. And we all have rehearsed there before. We see Manila in just a normal day with her dancers. And Madison joins because the two of them are surprising everyone with the opening performance of Miss Sovereign.
I think that was really
Western
cute.
Cape.
I've always looked forward to that.
To what now?
To the two of them performing together. I think that was also possibly a big thing for Madison.
It was a big thing for Madison. I remember how excited she was.
Yeah, she was.
Even in the show, you can see the banter that Manila and Madison are having about this. She's appreciative of the fact that one of the biggest and the greatest is sharing a stage
I think
with
it's
her.
that. It's really that. I think Madison also, she would say it. She would but she also did idolize Manila.
She's got a lot of respect for Manila.
Yeah,
I think that's clear. Madison also has a moment to plug us her mad mixes.
But she's sickening out.
Have you had a mix made by Madison?
Was, maar is die my Britney Spears mix. Ik ben nog altijd op huis en ik Britney Spears te doen het. But yeah, she does really good mixes. I have to give that to her. Especially for performance. I think she knows what works.
She has a good ear for what songs fit with other songs. Get your mad mixes.
Was.
Yo, did you see the laptop that she uses?
Oh god, sure. I've carried it around too.
It carried you around, sis.
Well, that Macy, two pieces.
A two-piece laptop. Nella speaks about how she's always been like a dancer. She always feels like dancing as Frida. Spiritually, it feeds her in such a level that she always likes moving. But Manila is she's that kind of person. She always stands still. Yeah. Much sense if you look at Manila's performance style because she truly like locks into the song.
Why am I
She's
laughing
perform-
at the part?
Because it's funny. It's very few people who can just like do that. Like
Yes.
everything is like a church number to her.
Like, I feel weird. That is a real connection you must have
You should
spiritually.
That's definitely something that's
so-
internal.
So for me, that's really weird. It's like,
And yeah, you can see the two of them are getting comfortable with the choreography. I believe they did a Beyonce mix into Manila's Come For Me. So it was kind of dope. If you want to go and watch the actual pageant, go ahead on King of Queens. I linked it in the description below. You can go and watch the entire pageant there, including Manila and Madison's opening performance. So please check that out. There's 2 parts. So I put both of them at the bottom. You can watch the entire pageant.
Ja, ek het my ook gaan kyk.
You can go watch her lose. You can go watch her lose.
Fine. But that was deserving. I didn't deserve the crown. Nor did I deserve.
Not
the
there yet. Not there yet.
blessing.
Why did you didn't deserve the crown?
I
Because
don't
you
think-
suck. That's why. So you cuck.
Not everybody would agree with you, but okay. We're moving along swiftly. Thanks.
So our next scene in the skit and the show, the skit, is with Kat and Manila. We are at Manila's place, and Kat and Manila are doing their regular checkups that they used to do with one another since the COVID pandemic era. I think a lot of people just became closer. I mean, we even became closer during COVID times.
Oh my god, we
If
played
we
that
think of it-
game thingy.
What
that
was it
game,
called? I don't know.
video
It's got to do
call
with
thingy.
Evos or something, didn't it? It was on House Party.
House
No?
Party is the name.
Yeah, but there was a game on there that had to do with Evos or something. It was something.
Nee, nou ek weet nie, maar ja, ons het so op House Party gegaan en dan
But
en
COVID
Evans
times.
en goede.
During lockdowns, we would play those games with one another. It was really cool. So I appreciate that the two of them have someone they can check in with, because I know Mark and Noah also passed during that time.
Yeah.
Right? So
Oh, that was a very sad time.
yeah, for the
community.
entire community. So you said you have a story about Mark.
Yes, the first time I met Mark was when I was visiting Adrian Galagazzi. For those of you that don't know, she's the Miss Cape Town Pride 2020, just before COVID. We're at a patsy with Alicia, and we got to see her basically. I'm over star, and we were patsying. And the first thing he told me, do you do drag? So I was like, no. And then he asked, and pageants, and ons het nou weer oorgevat, want ons het nou 'n pageant patsy. Maar and he told me that if I am to do pageants, that he can see I would look like an Asian kind of girl.
So if you look at Asian,
Stuff like that. He told me that, he said, like, I must do my makeup like Asian reg of so van hy sien daai volgens die girls jibble.
This discussion of Manila and Kat talking about checking in on one another. They speak about this figure that Manila has been seeing in her dreams, and she sees it as a dark figure, looming figure, recurring figure, and it's a masculine presence. And she's very confused by this because she's under the impression Manila's very spiritual in that way, like she reads the zodiacs and all of those things. So she's 100% that person that Googles her dreams after she sleeps. 100%. This makes so much sense for Manila to say, and Kat is also that type of person. So now
You
she's
speak to about
she's
that.
because Kat's also very spiritual in that way. So the two of them deduce, well, Manila thinks that this has to be some type of father figure that's trying to come into her life, and she's thinking about this person, or this figure is a representative of her father, who she doesn't happen to know. What's your relationship with your father?
Currently, it's a shit show. So, guys, I currently live with my stepdad, whom I truly love and adore. I say that he's literally my father. My biological father, I had a very good relationship with him. My dad's a very religious being, and me being transgender is a big thing and a big deal to him. And my words to him was only to respect me, and he still kind of disrespects me, and that's why I don't respond to him. So I have no engagement, because for me, I've asked you something and you can't fulfill that. So until then I can't do anything about it. But yeah, that's just me. Yun nog in detail gaan nie, man. Dan gaan ek baie upset raak.
I ask because I often forget, like, that fathers are things that also have place in people's lives. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I grew up very differently, but I grew up with both my parents. That's the funny thing. I think I just experienced a lot of the bad times and the good times
Yeah.
with my mother, so I'm automatically drawn closer to her.
I know.
Doesn't mean I'm, you know, so I don't often look at parenting from the perspective of a dad. Does that make sense?
I get you. You had an absent father, is what you're saying.
I don't know, maybe psychologically that is the thing. Not me diagnosing myself, you know. But to me, it's more so when I see people speak about their fathers, you know, I'm always like very attentive and like listening because I don't understand that in the same way.
That is why when this scene happened, I just went quiet when we were watching it together, because for me it's like that is not really, that's the first time I've ever discussed something like that. Like I don't even do that with my mom, because I feel like she's not gonna understand where I'm coming from, because to her that is how they grew up, where your pa's your pa, and you know,
must
that
respect your
kind
dad
of-
and-
yes, and that type of thing, just nog altyd die kind. But it's not about that. It's about giving that, being sensitive and just having a sense of respect. So we're not bringing in religious or anything like that. And this is why I could relate to Manila, because I can understand she has that why she has that longing and things like that. So for that reason, it's a bit deep for me. So that's why I just go quiet, because that brought me to tears, like when I was watching it. So yeah,
I'm
so
sure
I
a lot
just
of
go
people related. I saw a lot on social media as well. People were talking about how much that scene with Manila and Kat touched them, because it was, you could see raw, not pain, but there was hurt there. Manila's genuinely sad in the way that she's crying and half smirking even.
Exactly, because it
And
was deep for her.
she says things like, her father, she doesn't necessarily know if he's passed away, if he's alive or anything. And
That's gag, you
she
know.
spoke to her mother about the relationship, about her father actually, and about giving her mom an ultimatum of, look, okay, we don't have to speak about it now, but we're gonna speak about this, because if you're gonna speak about this on your deathbed, you might as well take it to the grave. You know what I mean? Manila is ready to meet her father, but it's crossing that boundary and having that conversation with her mother about that is probably what this is leading up to. Well, not probably, because this is a week late. We did see the trailer for the next episode.
So
It's going to happen in the not this week's, next week's episode. You know what I mean? This new one. Shut up. Let me just shut up. Okay, it's gonna happen. So, this is just another reminder that the show is very real and it's so beautiful. I always praise the show. That, despite the fact that I'm on there, I just praise it for what it's doing by sharing these types of stories. By us, man. It's like Manila's saying this out of her mouth herself. You know, this is not a Love Simon movie where they're telling us what gay looks like and what dads are supposed to like treat you and what moms are supposed to. This is not a Hollywood movie. This is real life. Like, this is crazy to me. Manila says she also feels that it's a statistic thing for her, you know? Colored people, colored communities, we have terrible statistics when it comes to father figures and things like that. So she feels like you grow up in communities in a way that you are told who you are before you have even figured that out. I'm certain she's been bullied about not having a dad, and now because she doesn't have a dad, it means she's gay. That's why she's gay, is because she doesn't have a father figure. And Manila's 30 something now. She's still sitting with that. Do you understand? Trauma, like, and all this is just because we are uneducated as a community, and we just don't do enough to educate ourselves about what's really going on in the world.
See why I speak to my kids about
And we have a teacher in the house. You know what I mean? What type of values do you instill in your kids? Because I'm not necessarily for queerness or for gays or whatever the case may be, But as a teacher, what type of values do you instill in your class and how they treat one another?
We do a value system, like, so we have a restorative justice system in our school where we teach you that you're wrong, but okay, this is how we're going to remedy the situation, and we move forward from here so that we don't go back to doing that, because that was doing an injustice to the next person.
I see.
So say for instance, bullying is a big taboo. Like, we have issues of bullying, but it's not on a level of where, oh my god, it's cyberbullying, where we're sending naked pictures and stuff around of someone. Things like that doesn't
You're primary school teacher, right?
Yes, I am. So
what did you call it? What did you call it?
Restorative justice system.
Girl, they just used to move us with sticks.
Wah. Unfortunately, sir, that's not allowed in today's society.
Wow, oh my god, these children have it so easy. Restorative justice.
I love it.
So yeah, we went off topic again.
I know.
But these are serious discussions happening now with the show. The show's moving into way more of a serious tone. I don't know if you're feeling it, but I'm feeling that. I think we are nearing the end of this show now, and I think we've learned enough about the characters to have our favorites and to have what we enjoy and have our feelings around it, especially considering all the cack. But Manila concludes this entire discussion with Kat. She confides in Kat and says, you know what, I actually am longing for a relationship with my father. And Kat relates because Kat has also had her stories with her father, and in the trailer, I hate talking about the trailers, but like, we also see that discussion will happen with Kat and her mother. So I'm very interested in watching that. So that is coming up.
Can I say something? Yeah.
No. So we're gonna go on.
I just wanted to say that for me, I don't think I have that close of a relationship with Vion and Kat, but it's good enough for us to be able to communicate, and having to see this gives me a bit more of a personal touch from them, and I like the experience with it. There's something that I watch next week, I can go back and say something about it to both Vion or Kat, you know. And that's what I like, because they're both iconic. They've been around in the drag industry since I was born. Okay, maybe not that. I take that back.
They come across as very intimidating figures when you see them in the scene because they're so well respected. But now we get these human moments from them, and it makes us love them so much more. Even as a viewer and as a friend to them both, it's such a different experience being their friend. And because this is not conversations, very different. I don't have these conversations with them on a daily basis. It's me seeing this live at the same time, and now it's almost like, now there's a space in which I can support you that I didn't even know I could step into. So, Beaulah, my bro, give us a fucking scepter already, my yara.
No, you've been saying since this bloody thing started, like, fuck, they couldn't have chosen better queens to represent us, you know. Like, this is not just a win for them, it's a win for they too. Hashtag the entire queer community can't drag my sikala, it is my sister, it came far into you knew a sickening, and that's how, yes, and that is, but without you knowing, you're getting people to watch this fucking program, you're getting cisgendered people watching it, you're getting society, you're touching so many lives at the same time. So how the fuck is that not where everybody is educating everybody, and everybody just have a great experience and live life authentically and just be who the fuck they ever they want to be.
The show is doing exactly what it was written to do.
Exactly.
I like that.
And that is what I'm most proud about. So die kak wat julle nou hier sien van die skellery van 'n week-gated kak. That's kak. That's kak. No, it is. That's bullshit. But don't get me wrong, I love for it. But it's kak. Imagine.
You also get a good glimpse into just how supportive they are of one another. They really have a very special relationship, and I'm happy once again to see that on display. I think the show also might have moved their levels in their friendship further than they even thought.
I agree.
Yeah, we move on We're back at Maxine's house, and the cartel is getting ready for the Masobra Investigate pageant, and they are all there to support Bibi and just, you know, give her a word of advice. I think the scene was very cute.
Can I just say before you continue, this has always been Maxine.
Yeah.
She would prefer doing this over Patsy
She
any
will.
day, guys. So, yeah, we must sit in a mirror and then we must just get that ready to go to a Patsy or
She
something.
always wants to get ready.
Like she literally just wants to do that.
And I promise you, Maxine bronzed each of those bitches before they start the rolling.
Of course, I see.
There's no way now. Did you see how they have she's a star there? Putting on my own
my
makeup.
That's the fight for
I think it's cute that all of them are sitting there and supporting Bibi. She's got the privilege of having Maxine and Imogen sitting there with those two former queens themselves. So they've been through this pageant and they've won it.
Can I just say that ik dink Bibi like so prachtig hier in die scene.
Her makeup really is
beautiful.
nice. I really do enjoy her makeup.
Oh, her makeup.
You know,
was
after Madison said that shit
beautiful.
last week, I was like, you know what? She's not wrong. She does do a nice eye.
Yes, she does. Stunning.
I don't necessarily like her, but you can tell that Imogen cares a lot about people. She really wants people to do well in this pageant. Because Imogen is just so soft with her. Like, Imogen's not that competitive, Imogen with Bibi. You know what I mean?
No, she's not. Yeah.
She's really trying to like calm Bibi's nerves and make sure Bibi does well. So I appreciate that from a mother perspective. What were you doing the day of the pageant before you had to go through?
I slept late that morning. I got up, got done, got me something to eat, and then I went to rehearsal, came back, and then I started my face. I was very chilled, actually, to be honest. Very, very chilled. I was still stoning like the Friday evening, but on the Saturday I told myself I'm not gonna. So I packed. Yes, I packed when I got up, I showered, I packed my bag and things that I didn't want to forget.
I see. So you were preventative in your anxiety.
Yes, very, very, very. Because
before the pageant, and like, who is that person that you were like going to speak to calm yourself, your nerves, or did you just raw dog it? Fagan, was he that person for something for you?
Him and Cheslin, so I can always phone Fagan and stuff, and I can vent with Davina again.
Yeah.
And so on.
So you also have your little family moment.
Yes, definitely. I cried that morning.
About what?
I cried. I missed my sister. I think my sister's my biggest supporter. I missed her, and she video called me, and we had a whole talk, and then I was fine, and then I was ready for the pageant.
That's sweet.
Very cute.
I always raw dog this motherfucking shit, bro. Like, I don't ever have like a group of people sitting there. But I think that day Aisha, my best friend, was calming my nerves. Because I had no sleep. I was still stoning that day. I still had to do my hair. So there was a lot of things that I needed to get done before I could even be there, you know? But I think I might have missed rehearsals that day, actually. But,
You did?
Yeah, it was a very stressful morning.
I texted you to ask you where you were, but like as per usual, you didn't respond. So yeah. Mind you, it was my first sovereign pageant, so I didn't necessarily know what to expect. Like everything felt overwhelming for me.
What a lot of people don't understand is like the prep up to the pageant is like 4 consecutive weeks of rehearsals. And you have to still do your own gigs, your own life.
Yes, literally.
So this all happens on like on a Sunday, and like then you are at the day of the pageant, and you're like, can this just get done? Okay, let's just
in
get
a monster weekie.
I had like 2 hours of sleep the day of Sovereign, like in total.
No, girl.
I don't know how I survived.
I told Davina, you're gonna finish this. I'm going to sleep. I need rest. I can't be a zombie tonight.
I'm willing to sacrifice my sleep sometimes. Bibi also says that there's a few outfits are not really ready yet, so she's a little bit nervous about that. Bibi also says that she doesn't really feel like the two of us are in very deep competition with one another regarding the pageant, because we do feel like, I don't think any one of us that year would have felt some type of way if someone else had won.
No.
Or maybe that's just my delusion.
No.
Welcome to Joseph Stone Auditorium. Most of our gigs are here.
Literally, as divas,
The
as sovereign,
divas.
as that pride.
Speaking of, we get into that a little bit with Barry. Barry speaks about the events and stuff that him and Mark Deneau kind of like pioneered and started up in the scene. pageants like Pride, the event Divas One and Only, which is Catchaladi's Divas One and Only, Sovereign. There's a lot of events and things that they kind of started with drag.
At the Josephstown.
At not even just at Josephstown, just across the city. A lot of the shit that we have going for us now is because of all of this older events and stuff that they kind of like started getting into, because now Barry says it nicely, says that we showed people that we are artists and we are performers and we can earn a living off what we do. We also are
the profession.
There's a few household names that has come out of these things. Like, this is a big thing for our community. These pageants are major things in our community. Like, if we have nothing, we have the pageants. You know what I mean? Are you doing a pageant next week?
I am.
Just because, like, this bitch just doesn't want to get off the runway. She don't want to get off the runway. Do you know how much fun?
Guys.
It's fun.
So much fun.
So you also get to see Kat living her fantasy. Kat is also
the girl.
The girl. When it comes to this pageant, she's done early, she's dressed. She always has a blue dress on.
Yeah, right.
Am I the only one noticing now that Kat wears a lot of blue dresses?
But blue is like that dress she wears in this episode as a final walk.
And her dress that she wears in the beginning is blue. It's a royal blue. But I don't know if this is a thing, because she also won in a blue gown.
That's what I was about to say.
So I'm wondering if this is...
And it's the same blue she wore that she wore
for the last walk. Because to me it's like, are we noticing a trend here? Kat, is this what you do on purpose?
I mean...
When you see Kat at the pageant or in any event, where she's always running around backstage. But one thing you're not going to find Kat is running around in her underwear like the rest of us. She's going to have a heel on, and she's going to have a gown on. And a wig, you best believe. A few examples again of just the chaos backstage. I mean, the chaos at a pageant is a different story, eh? But they usually have contestants in one room and the performers and entertainment and judges in the other room. How did you feel when you walked into that space? Because, you know, we are all friends leading up to the pageant. The day of the pageant, no one says hello. Everyone's just on their own, in their own corner of the room, focused.
But wait, if you think about it, okay, I'm gonna say this, I'm not like that, but yeah.
I'm not like that either.
People choose not to speak to me. Anyway, as I was saying, I make it a point of saying hello to everyone. I try and engage with people, but if I can read body language very well, and if I see that you're not up for this, then I move away and my maat altyd gesê, as jy nie iets goed het om te sê oor iemand dan nie, dan beweeg jy weg of jy beweeg aan.
Dude, I'm aware of the tensions at the back because I feel it in my body. So the last thing I need is people around me to be nervous. So I immediately go into clown mode and I just start. Because when everyone else is calm, your spirit calms as well. So I always find the best way to approach these pageants and stuff in terms of energies, to understand that someone's going to lose and someone's going to win. But that doesn't mean you can't say hello, you can't like show, you can't vibe. But yeah, we see the girls and the different approaches on how they're gonna get ready. I know I got there and I immediately started doing my makeup, and also my hair wasn't styled. So I knew I had to do all of that. So I was actually late for the meet and greet. I know I say in the episode I'm late, I'm here, what's blah blah blah. But I don't think I was late for the pageant. I was late for the meet and greet. So before the gig starts, they usually like the finalists to walk around with their sessions and take photos with the people who are there. I was late for that.
I did it. Yeah, that might say best your staff at time.
I was late because it does take up a lot of time. Because now everything has to be done earlier by an hour. You can't ask us to do that. We're already running an hour late by default. Miss Sovereign is one of those pageants where they don't care. Pump the music, we're starting at 8. So get your shit together. You see, Morgan says that she needs to get herself ready before she can help everyone else, and that's basically it for everyone. Just focus on getting yourself done. I know BB also was doing some of the other contestants' makeup.
I don't know if I'll be able to commit to doing that, eh?
Manila is probably the most chaotic at this pageant because she has to run onto stage to do a quick rehearsal in the space, and then she's running backstage to go and put makeup, and then she is dressing the girls who she made garments for, and then she's running backstage after she performs to go and change her makeup again. She was going through a lot this day, and she was running on like an hour's sleep, I'm sure of it. She does go into like an autopilot mode where she just gets shit done, and she's so quick and fast. But your Manila? My gosh, I don't know what the fuck. Maybe she's born with it.
Maybe she's Maybelline. Hashtag.
Speaking of Maybelline, we like to introduce our sponsor for the... I'm in my diaries, I'm saying that I still feel a little bit of the old inner kick in when I go through these things because A, I don't want to lose. It's a lot of money to go through these pageants. And B, I don't want to lose. It's embarrassing. Imagine losing to Larissa.
That's fine. Ik ga jou weer kom mee.
Both Bibi and myself, we are a little bit worried because our garments are not yet there. Isn't that a stressful situation?
Girl.
Because,
I wish that on anyone.
Manila walks in there with 6 suitcases or 3.
My and I'll sit I hashtag
Your stuff is done.
You
What do you
don't have to worry. Like before that pageant start, you will have everything.
We also get to meet Cat's premix in action.
What?
Have you ever had a glass of Cat's
Of
premix?
course, honey, what you mean? Who hasn't?
But this is bullshit now because this means that whenever we go to gig and stuff, everyone's gonna know Cat has a premix. And now there's gonna be less for the people who are in on it.
Safe now.
Imogen is being typical Imogen backstage, shouting 20 minutes, 5 minutes, trying to get everyone nervous.
I didn't know at first. And then she told
She's
me
always
something.
been like that. She
Yeah,
also
done.
says to Madison, hey Madison, let me go over to you, let me talk to you, but you're in your head. And Madison even also acknowledges her, like, I just know Imogen's joking with me. A very playful energy backstage. You can see the girls. This is how we truly are with one another backstage. Also get to see more examples of how helpful Maxine is backstage.
Oh nee, maar hij is safe.
Like, I can't explain it.
She's a seasoned fucking pageant queen. So she knows.
Don't I look like Wallace and Gromit? I'm just looking at my ears the whole time, sorry.
As groot, ja.
Kijk wie praat.
My oor is fine, ek is 'n vrou. The prelims, I didn't have any nails. Remember, I still told you.
Yes.
And then she went to go for us clay nails, but for Savannah, you're not going in there without nails.
Yeah.
That point blank. That was it for her. You're going there with nails.
Say it in the episode as well. She's got, you have lube. She
Nice.
probably has lube in her bag.
Yes, of course.
She has that big Steve Madden bag that always just have everything dumped
Alles.
in.
Makeup, you can do a full face
Out of her
that
bag.
Literally.
But she truly is Miss Congeniality.
Yeah,
in her
nee,
bag.
sy is.
She's helping everyone close it down.
If anything, she deserves that title, eh?
Very-
Yeah, she...
Morgan Mind Games more is at it. And I have a little moment with her where she's teasing me. I was painting my toenails, girl. I didn't even
I
paint my
saw
toenails.
they had it on camera, do you know
Yeah.
that?
Did they put my clothes on
My
TV?
sis, you just close it with a nail
Okay.
polish. But just see it clean
That's
when she's got. That's
disgusting.
cute.
Because I tanned, I knew I was gonna wear my real body and no tights. You know what I mean? So I was like trying my
No,
best to
don't
just...
come for the people that wear tights. Fuck off.
I didn't come for your... Why do y'all want to be victimized so bad? You know what? Let me come for your tights. If your tights is not fucking correct, I'm gonna read you for false. Why are you 60 shades of colored and your tights is an Indian woman? Right?
I don't necessarily think that was in our room, experience in our room. I think because I'm a performer and I hang out with you guys
Are you a performer?
a lot more. Vry of pa, miskien saai dit.
Oh, is a performer met pa. Maxine. He likes...
I get to experience to be with them all the time, so I didn't have that same experience because they were in a different room to what so I was with the other girls, and that girls was so competitive. OMG, I
And we had
couldn't
assigned
feel.
seating.
Yes,
So we didn't even get to choose
who
who we want
wanna
to sit next to.
to. And that made it even more difficult. I had fun with Chloe though. Thank God.
Oh yeah,
for
but
Chloe. Oh my
we've
God.
always, I think during the rehearsal period of it all, we
Yeah,
grew
we
closer
did,
with certain
yeah.
girls. But I didn't mind the energy at the back. I'm surprised to hear you like that because I always feel like the energy at the back is a functional room. You know what I mean? It's not a space for us to kick
And
you whatever.
Can I be honest? I'm gonna say this, and I say this with the utmost respect and love for everybody else. I think with my journey towards Sovereign, I have picked up a couple of pageants where some of the girls that was competing at Sovereign competed against me, and I've always won. So I almost want to say that that came from a place of intimidation, and because
No one's intimidated by you, Lala.
okay, fine, I had a net. Okay, maybe I'm getting carried away. Yeah. Nee, nou wil ik mijn paas nog gekillt. Die man kan tammen dat van mij.
I'm listening to you. Why was you be so sensitive? You see, this is why she lost.
I'm okay with losing. That's also the new winner. Ask Maxine. Okay? And Morgan. And Pipi. Okay?
And the nails.
Wat?
But what were you saying? Shame, I didn't want to break your word.
I almost to some extent feel that when one is a performer,
When one is there before.
when one is a performer, there's almost that level of people know that you are sorted and things like that, and that gets to them, and that almost lures them away, because I can tell you for one, not any one of them are that kind of people that just quiets down and don't speak and not engage.
Because I don't
you know
remember
what?
seeing you much backstage that day either.
I avoided it because I
Oh, so
already-
you were that bitch that was intimidated.
Not at all. I just avoided it because I didn't want to have that experience of it. So I hate feeling awkward in situations. So like I will literally talk you down the whole time just to get to keep
calm your
engaging with you so that I can calm myself down.
And that's
So-
the same thing that I do. Just I do it a
Pardon
little
me.
bit loud and
Yes.
socially.
Do you understand? So I don't like to feel awkward, and now I'm gonna make it, or I'll avoid that then. So I'll move away.
With that said, I am now going to just do a self plug. I actually went ahead and documented my entire experience with my sovereign Western Cape.
Please
If
go
you-
watch it, guys. I've watched it thrice already.
She's forced me to watch it also with
Yes.
her. A 4-part series from beginning to end, week by week, of just little vlogs. Behind the scenes, Larissa makes a few appearances in there as well. It's a fun time. It's very long, but you don't have to watch it in one go. Take your time with it, you know. Save yourself so episode per week. So I'm not going to go and explain to you everything about every single look that I wore and everything. That's all there in the vlog. If you just want to skip to the last part, don't. Go to episode 1 first and then watch it from there. I will link all 4 episodes down below. Enjoy yourself. That's my gift to you. Basically talk about how the pageant went. And give Larissa her moments and her due. For her to talk about her garments as well, because she turned the building, she burnt the building, as a matter of fact.
Oh wow, I didn't think I did.
No, you didn't, but I just had to say that for
I also, but I'm coming.
Oh, we still have a scene. First up, we have Madison and Manila, who are opening the show with their opening performance. Again, if you want to see that video, I've linked it down below. Go and watch the pageant, you will not regret it. Madison really loves being on stage, no?
She does. And in her dancing, you can see she loves
She just-
a bloody stage.
She's like greedy
Yeah.
to perform. Some more shots of me being a complete clown at the backstage, just trying to calm everyone's nerves. Larissa was on the other side of
I
the.
did being on the other side. I'm gonna be very honest.
I didn't see you at all for the pageant,
Me
really.
neither. Me
That's
neither.
weird, no?
The
2
only
hours
time
in
I
the
saw
same
you
building and we
was
only see each other at the end.
There at the bottom. And then,
Which one? What's his name?
Wait. These are
She got me, girl. She got me. That was a good
Anyway.
one. I'll give you that.
You try to take your study in badge. It's good.
Not a bottom
It's
though.
good.
But that was fun. So crazy to think of, because I also
know.
didn't really think of it now. Because even Chloe was on that side,
Yes.
right?
But you know what? Chloe wasn't half the time. She wasn't even there. She was in the back. Try came for Chloe.
Those of you who don't know who Chloe is this girl over here.
Oh. Gunsteling. She's
She-
literally our spirit animal.
She won Miss Personality. They didn't show the extra awards that night, but she won Miss Personality for the
And so it was
girls.
stunning.
Because I did the pageant the first time with her as well. Chloe is just a mild now. Actually, shout
I'm
out.
sure there's a picture with her coming out with a cell phone collecting a thingy for personality.
No, Manila's running backstage after the performance and it's chaos as per usual. Manila sang live this night actually.
Yeah.
Just go watch the fucking performance.
Yeah, man.
Madison is getting ready to just go and watch the show
Ah.
because she says it out loudly. I'm just going to go in front of the show and I'm going to go watch and support my friends Ina and Larissa.
Let's sign her. And thank you. And there was famous on the backs.
I didn't know she like considered me a friend. I was like, okay, cute. this is going to become important later on in the story. Okay, we are in the dressing room again, and Manila is getting ready for a second look, which is requiring her to take her whole face off and put a new face on, basically in grayscale. I was like, wow, that was so nice of Imogen to borrow her foundation shade to Manila. But then I think Imogen suggests to Manila, like, hey, maybe we should do another nice, part 2 to get the girls cozy and comfortable with one another. Just spend some time together and let's redo it, the proper way. So she would much rather go out to do the weekend away, but also use it functional, because she did hear that Maxine is wanting to do like a big show together and showcase of everyone. So Manila suggests that we use the weekend to conceptualize the show together and also, just have some fun with each other. So we'll see this picks up in as the series progresses. Maxine was under the impression that they were talking completely about something else.
Yeah.
So Maxine mentions that she was under the impression that they were talking about the time that the three of them, Imogen, Maxine, and Manila, participated in sexual activities with a fourth party. Manila clearly doesn't want to talk about this shit. Manila clearly doesn't. Girl, weird. It's just so funny how Manila sitting in the tie and it's just like, no! She can't even look. She doesn't want to talk about it. Let's never speak of it again.
But I also do, though. I don't mind sharing.
Some things need to be kept secrets. If we
hook up, yes, that
If we hook up, do you think it's okay if I tell people how?
You said it now, but
I'm
not okay. I'm not okay.
See?
With that.
Boo. Exactly. Maxine seems like she wants to do it again. Engage it again.
Wow, Maxine, wow.
Have you ever had any sexual engagements with drag queens in the city?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive.
We cross over and we see the scene that I think is so funny that they actually kept this in, where I was almost killed by Manila's frame prop in her performance thing. That thing could have seriously knocked me down.
This is just clarity that I don't.
After that, you see, like, only this kind of shit will happen to me, my bro. Like, I'm not even joking.
That was so funny.
Where my tucking panties hanging from my headpiece. Like, nogals nee. Thank you to Jodie Drayden, who was also a winner at the Mr. and Miss. We forget that the Mr. part of it, They only implemented the Mr. pageant last year.
It was us,
so that's why it's still new to us. But there is a Mr. half to it, and Jodie Drayden won the humanitarian award.
The mark to know.
The mark to know. Let me say that, otherwise it sounds stupid. So thank you, Jodie Drayden, being the mark to know.
Humanitarian.
I keep forgetting the word humanitarian. Being the winner of that award. Thank you for looking after your sister and taking my panty off my head. I appreciate it.
He's a beautiful person.
He is. He's very
really,
really. Also, as if it couldn't get even more embarrassing, they made us wait really long. Everything, the whole pageant needed to be open, and we were already standing there and waiting. And
but I understood why, though.
No, but geez, they could have given us at least a couple of minutes. My tits died. My batteries in my tits just died.
You had to wait. I told you this at rehearsal. I know.
It was very difficult.
But I told you needed to ask somebody to do it when you got up there. You could have asked Naeem to switch it on.
Girl, in my brain, I just get my shit done on my own time.
You fucking wonder, die dinge toe teruggaan nie. Want jy staan nou hier met gepraat.
Because when I was told we have to be there, I was there when they told us to be there. And then when I got there, I was like, oh, now I can't go down again. Because I have a few more things I'd like to do. I actually had boot covers that I was supposed to tie on my shoes. I didn't even do that. But hey, so for the themed way, we had Time to Bloom as a theme this year, which could be interpreted could be interpreted in any way possible. When it's literally, like some people took the theme quite literally and went as a flower, and then you get people who thought of it.
No, I would like to hear your completed version of that statement you made there, because as much as I took it literal, there was meaning behind it, and which I would like to share with them.
Okay.
And you can make your pocket cool.
With that said, I'm gonna leave you with Larissa Gordon, and she's gonna explain her losing Look, the lotus flower.
Ik heb nog altijd beter als jou gelijk. Zo fijn gevallen. En ik is sickening. Mind you, bijvallen, boo. There
Go
you
ahead.
have it. I lived a very profound life where I got to experience being a gay man for 2, 3, 4, 5 years of my life, in which I started my trans journey. I took the lotus flower because I wanted to represent myself as a lotus goddess, because the metamorphosis of a lotus flower basically describes my life. The stems of my blossoms I would like to pollinate onto the young individuals I teach every day of my life, so that they can get to live freely and who they want to be, and have the rest of the world read about it. And that is how you answer a question. I had a big flower made. I hope Wade is gonna insert this. So that's my representation of what time to bloom meant for me. Dit nou nog tyd vir takke en blare en kak. Yeah. Another contestant actually who also made the top 5 also went with the lotus flower, which was Tammy. She also had a very similar
insert
type of private vase. She had a dress.
Her garment was also made by Manila Vanti.
Manila Vanti.
House of Yawn.
Yeah, name I say.
I'm not going to explain anything of mine. Go watch my vlogs and you'll find out what my interpretation was and all of those things. So
can I just say that I didn't think of having to represent the lotus flower. Look at Bibi. I think she had a sickening representation of how she wanted to portray the butterfly.
Look at Bibi's presentation. Of her.
So I think the way she opened up her butterfly was a cute moment. Oh, it's a baie mooi gelyk.
I think Bibi did a great job.
She did a great job. I think she won this round for me, actually, to be honest. But the minute Kat said time to bloom, my thinking was like, okay, ek gaan 'n butterfly doen. And
was that your first thing?
That was the first thing, because I also would have thought of the caterpillar coming into the blossoming into the butterfly. Do you understand?
I understand, but that's not blooming, that's metamorphosis.
That's true. That is true.
Not like stupid to why she chose it, you know what I mean? Now, the more I think of it, I can see it in that way. It's still not my favorite. I like to see the theme. Because if she stands individually on her own and you look at her, what do they gonna think the theme was? Butterfly. You know what I mean?
I get you.
What did you think of your presentation?
My presentation of it, because I didn't think it through of what and how I would present it on stage. That was literally figured out there. I didn't think.
I liked your themed way.
Thank you.
There was an element of production that you brought with that big
flower
piece thing that I thought was so cool, because like I wouldn't have thought of making a bulletin board, you know.
You're gonna give the girls what they want. Vase.
Who would you have rated your top 3 for the themed way?
I can't exactly remember.
I can't remember the males.
Single
but
person's
I think
one, but I'd give it to me, to you, and to Bibi. I think in terms of what it looked like, it was sickening. Of the boys, let me say, of the boys, I like Chad Johnson's the most.
Yeah, the Phoenix thing, right?
Yeah.
Next category we have swimwear, which is a category that's basically designed for you to show off your personality. It's one of those categories where you have fun, you know?
Swimwear is fun. Swimwear is straight legs. Ow.
This is what Kali said.
Boss.
Oh my god, imagine how she would have felt about last year. Like after everyone came off the runway for themed wear, we felt like, the pageant is here.
Everybody's spirit was like that. It was lifted. Everybody was ready. Everybody was hyping each other up. I think this time around, I had a bit more fun at the back, being on the other side.
Do swimwear twice, right? So we walk on individually and then we come on as a group. So we are in our swimwear longer than we would be in any other garment. Probably the evening wear, but So let's get me out of the way. I wore this, and Bibi actually says that the minute she saw Ina put on Manila's American Idol,
that
was funny.
I loved it though.
That she was like, swimwear is not her category. I'm going to speak about Bibi's outfit first. I actually think it looks a lot better on video than it did in person.
I agree.
I didn't know, like you couldn't really I think it was the color that was maybe wrong for her skin tone. But I didn't hate her swimwear. I
I
thought she had
also
a beautiful
didn't. I
swimsuit.
also think so, but it picked up more on TV. The
Think
color
The
wasn't
color scheme was a
mismatched.
mismatch, for sure, for sure. I do know a lot of people didn't like a swimsuit that night, and I was confused because it wasn't bad. I don't know why people were just looking for Kaap, let's be honest. Then Larissa Gordon, contestant number 8, steps up, and she burns the building. Listen, this swimsuit, I still want to wear it, Loki. I know I'm gonna have to take it in, but like I would love to wear it.
This swimsuit over here is my pride and joy because me and my best friend Cheslin Paris, we literally designed this.
You talk so soft.
We literally designed this on our own. This is, mind you, this is the first time I went without a cape, guys. I was almost afraid that it was gonna look superhero-ish.
I see why it was, because it's so symmetrical.
And that's why I missed my cape also. I really did. This swimwear walk of mine was terrible.
Do you feel?
Yes, it was my weakest walk. I've done that entire year. So
see, this bitch is like tracking her whole year's achievements.
And
she's a sports woman. Pageantry is a sport.
Of course, meisie, tantje, ek gaan vir my so beauty with a purpose maak en dan gaan ek jy om te wen nie. You work to win, guys. And when you work to win, that's when you get results. So I don't sit here and no, I work for what I want. When I lose a pageant, I come back to the drawing board en ek begin op hakke aantrek en ek loop heeldag rond in my skoene. And that's me practicing for the pageant. Do you think I come on a Sunday there at rehearsal just to come and socialize with people? I don't come and do that. I'm taking the shit seriously. Here's a prize at the end of the day. I mean, I want to be known as the sovereign Western Cape, and I'm working towards it. That's how you do it. Hashtag. Like I was checked out. I was really
I was gone when I presented. I walked off and I was like, oh my god, that's done. Let's go again. Let's do it again. You are now entering a space where you are wanting to do ballroom a little bit more and doing runway and stuff like that. Do you feel it's different to pageantry, and how?
Definitely. Pageantry has a system of set in stone things that must happen always the same way it's supposed to happen. Can't almost move away from that pageantry yet. And I'm not saying you can't bring in a bit of ballroom. You definitely can. But there's a certain hashtag. That's why I'm mentioning that. I know, but that's what I'm saying.
A runway girl in the ballroom scene.
That's what I'm
she
saying.
does like an old way of like, she's got a very old way approach to ballroom.
Very poised.
And I think she's taken that and softened it up for pageantry. And maybe that's where we're heading.
That is what I'm trying to say. Ballroom is literally anything goes. You are completely you. Literally. It's an out of body. Out of body experience. That's what I felt on Saturday on stage.
It's just amazing how the two worlds meet and can cross.
Yeah, it's so cool. So mind you, this is why I started going to balls, is because Valentina was a representation, was a queen that won.
Same way you can learn a lot from pageantry, you can learn a lot from ballroom, and they both can be applied to one another. That's what I like about the queer scene in Cape Town, is that there's always crossover. You know what I mean? No matter what we're doing, there's people who know people because of certain events and stuff. It's just a beautiful plot. It's like a trifle here in Cape Town. You know what I mean? We all like we don't all get along, that's a lie. But we all we are a really cool community, man, of like queer people. We like to see people thrive. Even if it's at a little pageant or at a little ball, mini ball. How did you feel about your chances at that point?
At this point, I was completely checked out.
Were you like blanked out?
I was literally blanked out.
Oh, I thought you checked yourself out.
I didn't think of where I'm gonna come tonight or anything like that until shit only got real for me when I got to the top 5. So I was like,
I see.
oh shit, okay, yeah, I am.
But spoiler alert, oh my god, people didn't know you made top 5 yet. Ugh.
Shit, sorry.
No, I'm joking.
Sorry. Nee, hulle weet my nie kak praat hulle klaar die episode wat kyk van my op 'n trip sit hier. Anyway, I just ramped. I was
Our gowns arrived when Liz here. So
finally.
my vlogs go watch
Props
the
to her,
vlogs.
man. Does she not fucking look amazing?
I was scared.
Literally,
But
you
did
look
you notice
so
something?
beautiful.
Oh my god. This is the one thing I will mention because it happens in the show. Where they made us once again wait there so long to walk on stage. And by the time I walked on stage, my wig had slipped so far back. There was about 5 millimeters of my actual skin showing.
And it's hot also.
It's hot. That wig is heavier than a motherfucker. I had to reapply glue. I had to paint my forehead just gets darker throughout the night. BB has a little bit of an issue with her gown because her zip breaks. Has that ever happened to you at a gig or at a page?
Not at a pageant now.
Look, those kinds of things happen, huh? This is why we always have like a little sewing kit. Quick.
But will you believe me if I tell you that I rehearsed in my costumes the night before?
You should do that, let's be honest.
I
I put it on for the first time because I like a fresh garment. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Let's see why Larissa had to rehearse for her damn presentation. Because this bitch thought it would be cute.
I was getting married, okay? Just leave me.
To come to a pageant as a bride.
Ow.
You know?
I needed
Did
to
you practice
do
how
that.
many times? Once?
No, more
Felt
than
like
once.
Felt like once. Look,
Anyway.
listen, Larissa has done this before at a pageant where she's walked out and then she does the entire ramp in her first garment. Then the judges mark and place already. Then she reveals the garment that she's actually wearing. And then she came back this year at Sovereign with the same trick. And guess what? Would you explain it to them?
So I kind of tried to bring a RuPaul Drag Race aspect to
Because
it. To make it
storyline.
excited. Yeah, to make it
A
exciting.
production.
Remember I told you a theme where I wanted to elevate the pageant also. Lo and behold, I until you guys started mentioning those things, I never thought of it that way. I never thought of it that my reveal is actually the problem. Why did I do that again? No, nor did I think about the fact that I walked all the way to the front. Do you see how checked out I was? I realized after watching this episode that I was at a very nasty place. It was iemand wat ek sien en wat ek nooit sal verkies om te weer sien.
Did you feel like you lost the pageant already at that point?
I think I was defeated. Wait.
Why? What?
To be honest, I felt a lot of pressure. At this time, I've won 3 pageants. I was walking against other girls that's also doing this pageant. And I won and things like that. So I became that way competitive. Do you understand what I'm saying when I say that way?
So you kind of felt like the cumulative wins meant you had
a point
a little bit more to prove.
Yes,
people
I
that
did.
like, because this is like a build
I
up
thought
to
a lot, and you would hear in my question and answer if you guys go and watch it that I'm a people's pleaser. And that is what I took from that pageant, and this is why I can confidently say that I would love to enter Miss Sovereign, God willing, to enter it again, because I know what to expect. I know where my mind must be, and I know, and that is a place where you were last year. That's why I was so proud of you, and not too long ago I told you did so well. I love this journey for you, because that is exactly where you should be.
I think it's a good point that you raised of being aware of your own mental state at the time, because I think that type of insight to your own feelings, you know, especially with what happens after the pageant, which we'll get into, it's easy to kind of internalize those things, and it's not even coming out of your mouth. You know what I mean? I just didn't know that you were that psyched out, you know?
And I didn't know it. At that time, I didn't know. As much as I was going on, yeah, my name is now op Showmax. I don't want to be known as Caden with Cats, yeah, when she won.
I see. Y'all need to watch that motherfucking documentary. Again, what's the name?
Glitter Boys and Ganglands.
You just need to go watch it.
I'm not bitter. I might have been disappointed, but that was disappointed in myself. Me being disappointed in myself of the place and mindset I was at, because that is not why I do pageants. I do pageants because I have a great love for pageants. I gag for a dress on stage with somebody looking breathtaking.
You one of those few people who follow the international pageants.
Exactly.
And stuff. Larissa will sit here and like go through pageant results and stuff, and I'm like, hey.
Months and months of preparation. It doesn't just happen overnight. And I refurbish much like my drag mother Maxine. Wow.
We're all refurbished now.
Ek wil net een ding sê, waar kan ek dit sê hierop?
Of course,
guys,
it's the safe space.
Pageantry is a very expensive sport. If you're a person that does not have the capacity or the finances to commit to a pageant, don't do it. Point blank. At some point when you do want to start drag, you need to invest money. Guys, I walk away from a gig and I don't have a cent to my name because I'm using that for something I'm about to make for the next gig.
It is a sport at the end of the day.
Yes.
And that's what I don't feel like a lot of people understand about pageantry, and this is why even me stepping into this space, people didn't want me to necessarily take part in this pageant because I've been performing and working as a drag queen for a while now. So it was almost like, what is this bitch doing here? But that's the beauty of pageantry, is that like there's such a space for everyone. What Larissa's talking about is we moving on to the top 5 portion of the pageant. So everything that you've done for the past month and a half probably to prepare for this pageant comes to this point where you are being asked what you would like to tell to your younger self. It's very that Paul in Drag Race. That part in Drag Race where RuPaul says that. I've always found this section to be the most nerve-wracking. Even though I would like to say well spoken, I can speak for myself. I am not necessarily, my nerves is something else. So I will just start rambling and forget what the question was. So that's, I know my weakness is coming into that. Also. So when you say you were rehearsing your walk and stuff like that, this is what I was rehearsing at home. Because when they called the top 5 out, they announced Bibi, Tammy, Zoe, myself, and Larissa Gordon. Personally, this was not the top 5 I thought would be here. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I was very surprised that, say, Chloe wasn't there, for example. But I was also experiencing the pageant from a different perspective. So I was more friends with Chloe than I was competing against Chloe, you know? Her themed wear and outfits that she wore, that I didn't necessarily like blow me away. But to me, I still thought, because of how she did throughout the pageant, she was very consistent, so I thought that would carry her through. I didn't think people would be there, but I also didn't discount her from being in the top 5. Does that make sense?
Yes,
especially after her presentation that night, I felt she deserved to be in that top 5.
She did.
But yes, Kat also agrees that the top 5 that were selected were probably the most consistent girls in the pageant. Were there any surprises for you in the top 5? Or were you happy with that?
Yes. I was happy irrespective. I did, however, have in my top 5, I had Chloe, much like you did, and I also had, I thought Gemma would have been a wild card.
Oh yes, Gemma was a wild card. Gemma was a wild card. She did she made me very nervous during rehearsals.
Ja, nou. Ek wil net vir julle terugvat, my naam was genoem by die top 5 se kuil op show Maxine. Ek wil net vir julle daai
Yeah, show Max, please mention Larissa Gordon next time. She's the Larissa Gordon, contestant number 9.
Sy moet dit sê. Wo, imagine. En ek is 'n vrou.
Then we have the top 5 and we do the question and answer section and it goes well. I think mine and Bibi's answers were beautifully done. They show it on the show. So I'm just going to touch on it quick fast for those of you who don't have access to the show, David. So this is the question. Here's your title now. What can we hold you accountable for next year when we reevaluate if you've done what you said you were going to do? And I think I spoke about spreading inappropriate as an attitude to people because I've always stood fast in my authenticity that has carried me through literally everything I've done. So it's something that I don't compromise on. And I was so happy for this pageant at the time because I kind of needed to humble myself a little bit at that point in my life. So when I spoke there, I honestly got emotional because I was like, oh my God, I want to win this. Like, I literally stood there and was like, what the fuck? I can't.
At this
I just want to be pretty.
I didn't want to win.
Did you not want to win?
I didn't. I was defeated completely and I didn't think.
Even though you made it to the top 5?
I somewhat had the mindset of I could possibly still be in the top 3.
This is after your question because you asked it before me. Right?
This was after my question and answer too. Yes.
Is that just normally how you go about challenging yourself in your brain at these pageants? Because I mean, it is a sport, like you said.
Yeah, I can't get into my head if that's what you're asking. But at that point,
or did you feel these were like validated feelings? Like, did anyone tell you that?
No one told me that. That was me personally. I didn't feel. You know, when you dance and you come second in your section, but you the respective winner the whole time, and then you lose some, and so it was a bad night for you. That was a bad night for me. My spirit was very low. I also underestimated a lot of people. I'm not gonna lie.
But then we get to the top 3 and the announcement is made that Larissa unfortunately did not make the top 3 positions.
You remember the audience.
The extremely beautiful contestant number 8, Larissa Gordon.
The people were gagged.
I felt so bad.
People were gagged because people were gagged. The whole results, and this is what we were speaking of earlier with Chloe, because Chloe was also gagged that she didn't even make top 5. She came onto the stage again afterwards with her phone and a pair of Crocs.
So speaking
she
about
was
the
done.
fact that she wasn't in the top 5.
It was hilarious. It was fun. That just speaks to why she won the Miss Personality Award. Like, top 3 is Zoe Salone.
It's Zoe Salone!
As the second princess, and we have me. Don't we announce the queen first before we announce the first princess?
This is not about you.
I won the fucking pageant, bitch. I won Miss Sovereign.
Raise your crown.
Let me put my crown on for the day. You know what the funny part is? My crown broke that same week.
Just mock. Dit gedeserve it.
I didn't realize how much I wanted to win until that day. Where I was like, oh my God, I finally, there's something very validating about this crown on my head and being part of such a legacy of just queer history that I am now like stamped in that timeline, man. It's like,
ek
voel so square. You are now part of the identity of queer Cape Town, and I just pat myself on the back and say, well done, Wade. Well done, Wade. I'm really grateful to have won the pageant. It feels so weird to talk about this again. Please go and watch my vlogs. Like, honestly,
you must, guys.
I really would appreciate that. I've spoken tenfold about everything related to this pageant on there. And I'm just happy that there's now a piece of media to document it. I feel like, you know, the last time this was documented was Glitter Boys and Ganglands. Like, that was 2010, basically.
Wow.
That's more than 10 years ago. Like, I just think of it, more than 10 years from now, someone's going to be watching this show. And like, that's to me, it's like... So let's ask the pertinent questions. Do you, Larissa Gordon, feel like you were robbed?
No, I don't. It was a bad night for me. I do feel that I should have placed higher than what I did. I don't think Zoe should have been second princess. I should deserve that. No, let me not say that. Please
no, too late. I'm keeping that in. That's the truth.
That was harsh, Zoe.
It's not harsh.
But that's me. That's my opinion. Again.
This is why I'm asking you.
So
the spirit of opinion.
I didn't think she deserved that title. Zoe was completely morbid that entire time. It wasn't the Zoe that I rammed with last year at Pride. That was Zoe. This Zoe at Sovereign wasn't Zoe. I don't know her like that. I don't know her to be like that. But then again, she might have felt the exact way I did. She was the reigning Miss Cape Town Pride and things like that, you know. You know, we all have different experience. So I think I should have been second princess, and then BB first princess, and you queen. Respectfully, you guys won, as you should.
Necessarily feel like anyone was wrong per se, but I was very shook by your position in the top five.
But you know what, I'm really not unhappy with the fact that I placed that low, because it taught me some lessons, you know, valuable lessons at where my mind's supposed to be when I'm doing a pageant.
Okay, I'm glad you've aired that, because we're moving on to the next and final part of the episode, in which we have a moment where we get a story told that happened at the pageant. After the pageant finished, apparently Dee and Madison were walking around backstage, and because Madison was in heels all day and the tights choke your toes, she decided to take her shoes off. Now I know from past experiences that this is not the type of thing that Maxine them approve of, because they used to do that with me also all the time, but I didn't like, this wasn't a thing to me. I also don't want to be seen Kaap on stage. You know what I mean? They said to her, Madison, don't you want to put on shoes? You kind of like, you know, it's tacky to be walking around here barefoot as a drag performer. Madison got pissed off, and Madison says, you know what's tacky? Is your daughter stealing.
How did she say it's stealing
First place. Gaggy! Once again, Madison is being Madison's car, and they're backstage, and apparently this fight was a lot bigger than what we thought it was, eh? People were actually like running across and like shouting at each other and stuff backstage. I wasn't there for all of that, thank God.
When I came downstairs to the changing room, I wanted to go to collect my bags, but then at this point, Avina has taken it out already, but I don't know this. I'm walking in and I get Imogen, and Imogen them is like, are you okay? And whatever, obviously referring to my placing. And I was like, yes, I'm fine, I'm okay, and whatever, I'm just coming to get my stuff. And they up and down, and I was like, what is going on? Why are you guys going on? And then Imogen just said like something like, Vanant Murika, or something like that in that line.
What Larissa is speaking of is discussed in the next scene with Bibi and her mother. Bibi is talking to her mother about just the pageant and how she feels like this was a good sacrifice for her, because she feels that she did a good job and she did better than the year before. But she's now also seen these posts from Madison on WhatsApp, I think at the time, no? And she might have posted it on Instagram as well. I won't be surprised. You put this
yes, that is
she says thief and a scully as first princess. Disgusting. Disgusting. She also speaks about how Larissa Gordon was robbed. So
and this the people's queen.
The people's queen.
I do love you all. Nikasi people's queen.
You found out that you're now part of this cack.
Yeah. I burst out laughing, because for me this was funny, because how dare you say that? Like, I think that is so rude. And I think if I was in Bibi's shoes, I would have felt the exact same way, because again, it's much like Kat mentioned, that Bibi worked just as hard as I did at the pageant, and she respectfully deserved that placing. For me, for one, I don't think Bibi really deserved that discreditation. Let me take you back.
Closer.
So, mind you, let me take you back to Bibi's question and answer. So, you guys saw that whole segment where Bibi's talking about the thieves and the scullies. This year, she is literally directing this at Madison. Now,
do you feel that?
Yes, it was. It was literally directed at Madison, because, do you know why? Maxine also acknowledges that in this week's episode. But anyway, it's literally saying that to get at Madison. So daar, it's an al klaar en kak begin for Madison. And
I've never actually thought of it like that.
According to Madison, it's an al klaar begin with Madison. And that's why she posted that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not agreeing to it at all. As kak, as totaal en al kak. Madison was disgusting in posting shit like that. No one deserves that. Not anyone. Bibi deserved her placing as first runner. She was stunning on the night. And
From
she
Larissa Gordon, the rock queen
beautiful.
herself.
Was.
The reason why I'm not making this about me is because I don't think Madison was talking about me.
No, she wasn't.
But I was pissed off at her because
For this?
you don't do that, man. Like,
Yeah, I know.
that's not the type of. I mean, Maxine also speaks about it in an episode. Of, like, we're trying to let you into our circle and trying to welcome you in, but then you say shit like this. Like, we don't treat each other like this here, even though we do sometimes.
You
But
know?
we congratulate the queen and we get the fuck like prepared for the next one. You know what I mean? It's a sport. So she did a very good job of placing second princess. She herself knows that feeling is not always okay. And I'm like, if you can feel that type of disappointment or sadness for someone else's loss, you should be able to feel that for everyone else. Because even though one queen won, 10 other queens lost, and that's always forgotten. So you treat lightly when you speak about pageants. You don't attack people personally. I know Madison. I can't even have this moment for myself to just win. And now I know for the fact next week we're gonna have to be talking about this shit again. That was where I came from. So basically, Madison's justification or reasoning for why she feels BB should not have won First Princess or even placed at all is she feels that Maxine and Imogen kind of rigged the pageant a little bit in her favor, you know? She also says that she thinks BB won because of the TV show, which to me is crazy.
And then what does BB's mother say?
Excusez-moi. It's clear that French runs in the family here in this house of law. Anyway, BB's mommy also says, you know, no matter what anyone says, people are jealous out there in the world. Don't take it to heart. I'm proud of you as your mother, and you did a very good job. And I can agree that, BB, you deserve your placement.
Definitely.
You deserve.
Without
I think
a doubt, you worked
very hard.
And you know
BB
what?
was very focused.
I would agree when you say the growth from the previous sovereign to this sovereign. Stunning.
Yeah.
Well fucking done, bitch. You did
Congratulations,
that.
BB.
You did that, bitch.
You know, even though I know Larissa did take her time away from me. For a bit.
I did, guys, with reason, but it wasn't about Wade.
It wasn't
was
that, yeah.
about me.
And I
It was
understood it.
about me.
This is why we resolved it a while ago, really, because I actually went up to her and I said, I can feel you kind of stepped away from me. What is that about? Instead
That
of
was
just
such a beautiful night for us, though.
that was in the middle of the club one night.
God back. But it was darker. Yeah.
But I just wanted you to speak about your opinions of the pageant so that people can see you are aware of your own insights, and also no one was fucking rigging anything here in
No,
this
fuck
pageant.
no.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. That is how the episode ends, and we obviously are going to find out how everyone truly feels about the statement that Madison made. But I also don't want us to hate on Madison for that. I think Madison, you have to understand, Madison's also a very specific type of person. She's also new at that point in the game. She's also learning things as well. Have you and Madison spoken since the Larissa was robbed situation?
Yes. A lot of the things that you are saying was also infiltrated through me.
I mean,
in a sense where I also spoke things like that, like, yeah, let my rock, yeah, rigged and stuff. I said, this is why I said earlier on, I was at an ugly place at this point. People get ugly to this point where you are so competitive on a level where you almost don't recognize yourself. Now
people used to get stabbed with beer bottles and shit.
And I was at that point where I was like, I'm over this. This is why I took this time away, because I needed to reflect on who I was as an individual first, before everybody else. Madison simply wanted BB just to acknowledge the fact that they had her wigs were stolen by one of her members, and this is why Madison is so hurt by it. If she's done it to me, she can do it to you, she can do it to the next person.
And now we are celebrating her.
Exactly. And so she just wanted to prove that point to you guys.
Listen, we are only halfway through with the TV show at this point. So a lot can happen, a lot can change, and I'm not saying that to protect Madison in any way. She caught on Kaap.
Yeah, I know.
By posting the shit. I was not happy with her. I don't think anyone is happy with her or will be happy with her, because this is not necessarily a nice thing to do. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm trying to protect Madison, 'cause I'm not. She's a big girl on her own. To me, it's like, just be nice to everyone. Congratulations to everyone who took part in the pageant. I also really would like to congratulate Mr. Sovereign Western Cape.
Ow,
God Arnold. Ow, because I went to my first male pageant at Mr. What was it called?
Diversity.
What a sickening experience. Do you know how competitive the boys really are? Like way more competitive than the girls. But congratulations to Kaap. I don't know why they didn't give you a little bit more airtime. Shame. You deserve it. I really am happy that you're like the first king of the Sovereign era, because I can't believe it took us so long to get a male pageant for Sovereign. But at the same time, like, this pageant really is for everyone. Honestly, I hope everyone gets the tickets to Miss Sovereign Western Cape this year.
It's happening on the 2nd of November 2024.
She knows already. Wow. Tickets are not yet for sale, but we will keep you updated. So follow us on social media. You can go ahead and follow Larissa Gordon as well, and follow me as well. You know, just follow the girls. Thank you for supporting Beaulah
and the art of drag.
Thank you for supporting everything that we do. Like, whether it's just coming to a gig or
like you guys are gonna come to the 2nd of November.
So before we end, we're gonna go ahead and answer our questions, and also just give shout outs to the girls who appreciate the girls and who engage with the girls' as content, because the girls girling. First one we have is from Kaylin Vanal. I'm feeling all types of feelings because I watched your Road to Miss Sovereign on your YouTube.
Oh, cute.
She watched that first.
Stunning.
That's cute. Another plug. I'm just mentioning this comment because Kaylin is me. Ahead of the game.
Boss, they're going to go and do their research.
Go watch my fucking Sovereign vlogs, please. William Tarantal asked if I know who framed me at the tucking panty. Okay, so the tucking panty, that was my own fault. I framed my damn self there with that one. That tucking panty just happened to end up in that bag, and I remember putting it there. That's the funny thing. I remember seeing my tucking panty today. I did that to myself. I just completely forgot about it. But the funny thing about the framing situation is that was actually Leah, who is the producer of the show, who dropped that thing. Yeah, the production company themselves are trying to kill me in this motherfucker. So if I die, you know who it was.
Well deserved to win, Linda.
And then we have Megan Isaacs, who also says, not complete without your recap. Listen, I'm trying my best. I can do better, and I will do better. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
We also do have a question here from Larissa Gordon herself. Do you really think that Beaulah was okay with losing to you? Or was it just a facade for TV? No, you gave 2 parts. You gave a 2-part question.
I heard now. She was mentioning that you guys weren't really in competition with
I think I told Bibi when we were standing there waiting for the announcement that I really am going to try my best to be happy for her, but if I lose, I'm going to be upset and I might cause a tantrum because I'm going to be just. But afterwards, I'll be happy for her. But she's not winning. I think she was genuinely happy for me. Yeah, I do think so. I don't think she... No, I think she was happy for me.
No, I got that.
You know what? You know why?
Her
biggest thing from this episode, was, which made my heart warm, was when she said that first place is a big achievement to her. Because she felt she made the right sacrifices. She felt she was doing a lot better this year. That is how you grow in pageantry.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So I don't think she was bitter about
at
all. Not one bit. I mean, naturally you are a little bit upset if you compete and you don't win. But she took it. She walked out of this a bigger person, I'll say.
Thank you.
Not you. You were better for 2 weeks to me.
Well, you're never gonna make me.
Thank you guys so much for engaging with the content once again.
It was really nice being here, guys.
We're not at that part yet. Just shut up and wait your turn, okay? See, again, just doesn't... This is why she doesn't win, guys. She's just not consistent. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the recap. I know I am behind on the recaps and I will catch up as soon as possible. But thank you, Larissa, for being my guest on today's episode. I know people didn't necessarily want you, or you're not necessarily in demand to be on the show.
Is that way speaking? Okay, I get it. Moving along.
But she asked me can she be on? And I think, yes, it was a good decision to have Larissa on because a lot of people are in their feels about the statement that was made. And to me, I just want everyone to know that Larissa,
It's not better.
she's fine.
Relax.
She's totally fine with the results. And you've heard it from the horse's mouth herself. She is a sportswoman in the art of pageantry. And catch her this year at Miss Sovereign as she vies again for the title. And who knows, maybe this is the year I crown you.
Oh God, from your side to God's ear.
Also, if you wish to sponsor the pageant in any shape or form,
please
go ahead and email this email address at the bottom.
Betty.
Hashtag Betty.
I just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity. Wave, hashtag inappropriate. I really appreciate it. I think I feel better now as an individual as well because it did bother me. Because I felt, and that's why I asked you, can I be with you? Because I really wanted to get it off my chest that I'm really not bitter, guys. I might have been at that point in time, but I'm not that person right now. But thank you for having me. It was nice being here.
You'll notice
So,
I call her Larissa and she calls me Wade a lot. It's because we're actually friends outside of drag. Like, very much. So, we roast and toast each other all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, we'll try to be here every week with a brand new episode of this recap series. Let me know if you would like future guests because apparently you guys like having people on.
That is I enjoy watching people on.
I enjoy it. I think this was the perfect episode for you to also join me because I really also want people to understand, yes, Larissa did work very hard for this pageant and she should get her tens, you know, because I love this bitch, man. She's my children.
I love you too. You might show me, baby. What he did earlier was when he got home from his meeting. He literally came inside and then he wanted to hide. And I was so dumb, DJ. And then he didn't hug me, walked right back out of the room to the kitchen.
Please don't forget to follow me on social media and also follow the girls. I've left all their handles on screen and down screen on the description. Support the girls, come to our shows, come to our gigs. And yeah, I also have an announcement to make actually. Totally forgot about this.
Please, you must show them come out!
Tickets are now for sale for my show, The Blueprint. That will be at the Masambe Theatre at the Backstage in November. So please get your tickets for that and support the gals. It's a small venue with 60 patrons, so we need to fill it up. So please go ahead, get your tickets. It's a one-woman show. Just come celebrate the art form of drag with me and see my story, but also the story of Cape Town drag history. I'm not gonna add too much, you know what I mean? Because A, I don't have the show written down, and B, I don't have the show written down.
But you shared ideas with me, so
I did.
and it's cute.
I'm still going to make a formal video about this because I would really like to close that chapter of my life in my own way. But Beefcakes has closed down, and I was informed while I was getting ready for a show that same night. So I no longer have a regular gig or a regular show. Okay, so I would encourage you, whatever shows and stuff you see of me, please come and give me $1 because I don't want to go back to fucking corporate work. Please don't let me do that. You know who we look like?
Twins, I know.
No, Bart and Ernie.
Yum!